Welcome to another edition of We Don't Know What This Is Called Yet. The semi-finals are done,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things to talk about. Let's start with the Spain-France game. 2-0 to Spain.
Yeah.
A no-show by France. What did you make of it?
Surprisingly disappointed with the France performance. I think I was saying somewhere in the 70th minute. I don't think they had a shot on target, or even a shot. It felt like they had fatigue. It felt like they just didn't show up. And even when you would expect one of their front three to do something magical, nothing happened. Spain fully dominated that game, passed them to death, and I think it was just a fair result in the end. So,
what did you make of the penalty that Lamine Yamal won? Do you think he won it, or was it a Digne mistake?
Oh,
Because what I noticed was the moment the ball bounced, by
Yeah.
the time Dean was going to it, Yamal was already like a few yards away. And then he sprinted when he realized the mistake was on.
Yeah, he probably anticipated that
There was a
if there
mistake.
if there was any contact here, he would go down and there'd be a penalty. But I still think it was a penalty because Digne misses the ball and absolutely catches him. So I don't think there's any discussion over there. He caught him; it's a penalty.
The Spanish midfield,
Yeah.
Olmo, Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, they're doing the business.
Yeah,
There's a stat that Fabian Ruiz has played 49 games for Spain,
yeah,
34 wins,
yeah.
15 draws,
Yeah.
0 losses.
Wow, that's very impressive.
What have you made of them? Have you noticed anything?
Well, you know what I've made of them because I've been saying from the beginning
That's true.
that they're going to win it. They are. I think you kind of know what you get from Spain, and I've been saying that for a while. I wouldn't say they've gone under the radar, but they're the player that everyone was expecting to be their star in Yamal. He hasn't really had to be their star because they've done well throughout everywhere. You know, every position has done really well. I mean, I said it until the Belgium game. They hadn't conceded a single goal. Now they've conceded one goal. You know.
They had Unai Simon, the goalkeeper,
Yeah.
who was basically playing as a sweeper.
Yeah.
He kept bursting
Yeah,
out.
I saw that. Yeah.
And that feels like a big advantage that teams aren't a big advantage
Yeah.
that teams aren't really noticing. Do you feel that's something that teams have spotted or not spotted? Is it something more teams should adopt, a goalkeeper who's that aggressive in going out?
I think if you're the type of team that dominates the ball like Spain, then having that outlet works. But how many teams dominate the ball like Spain? Not many. So I wouldn't expect England to have a sweeper keeper, for example. You know, I think it works for Spain, but I don't think everyone should try and adopt that because it just won't work.
A couple of other observations. The two fullbacks, Cucurella
Yeah.
and Porro, Premier League fullbacks,
Yeah.
they shut down,
Yeah,
Olise, Dembele,
yeah.
Mbappe.
They've both had really good tournaments.
Even
I'd
though
say
we know Cucurella's going to Madrid,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
they've both done really well. Cucurella's stood out for me in general for Spain. He's done really well.
Spain now undefeated in 36 games. Didier Deschamps is leaving France. Zizou is coming in. I think we all know now, Spain in a final, it can go anywhere. But let's move on to the big game of yesterday. Argentina 2, England 1.
Yeah,
Let's start with the first half.
yeah.
What do you make of that?
I thought I don't want to say it was similar to the Spain game, but it was not much happened in the first half. I think at halftime it was 2 shots apiece, neither on target. So it was I think they were sussing each other out a lot. I would have liked a bit more urgency from England because I just thought they had the better team. But it was very typical Argentina trying to rile England a little bit, a stop-start kind of game. There was nothing to say about the first half, literally.
Yeah, I felt that the first half was Argentina riled England up.
Yeah,
England fell for it
yeah,
and started reacting. The first hydration break came at the right time. Then halftime came at the right time.
yeah,
Then England looked on the front foot.
yeah.
Gordon gets the goal. You felt England were going in the right way. And then all of a sudden, 35 minutes of parking the bus.
Yeah.
We've spoken a lot about this off camera. What do you make of Tuchel's decision making after Gordon's goal?
Yeah, he's made a mistake. Simple as that. Even when Gordon scored the goal, And a few minutes after that, I thought England were going to go on and win this match 2, maybe even 3-0. Because you knew that Argentina had to come out and play now and would catch them on the break. So that's what I was expecting to happen. And I think everyone expected that to happen. So for him to then go and make a decision and bring Konsa on for Gordon, rather than... I don't mind Gordon coming off, but then bring on another player that's got legs who can catch them on the break, whether that would be Saka or Rashford. So I think, Tuchel's made a mistake over there, and he probably has to hold his hand up for that. And, I know people will say you can't blame one player and he's cost us, but he's the manager and he's made the decision that I think has cost us. So
I think Tuchel, obviously, for all his good work, it's all being forgotten because of this massive mistake, which is basically making 3 subs, bringing on 3 defenders, and Argentina were there for the taking.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell, this was the time to go for it. And what really disappoints me is the fact that they did this against Egypt.
Yeah.
They did this against Switzerland. They did this against Cape Verde.
Yeah.
The minute they go down, if you park the bus, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
And they're coming for you with a lot
of vengeance.
vengeance. Like, they're really going for it. So it's a shame. It's a shame. But at the end of the day, if you look at the last 35 minutes, the way Argentina pressed, they deserved the
100%.
goals.
Look, my analysis is, I always said if England made it to the semi, I'd be happy. And I am happy, except for the fact that I feel like we blew that game rather than Argentina winning that game. And that's the only disappointing thing. I still think if we got to the final, Spain would have won it. But I would have liked to have lost in that final against Spain rather than losing the way we lost against Argentina by imploding, basically.
There was something I noticed about both Argentina goals. First of all, I think Pickford could have done better with the Enzo shot. I felt he could have done better.
Okay.
The second thing was the goal that Lautaro Martinez scored, which is a header. He's 5'7". In that penalty box, there's Dan Burn, Konsa, Gehi, O'Reilly.
Yeah.
All these guys are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", whatever it is. And a guy who's so much shorter than them wins, scores the goal with a header, basically proving that the move of bringing on big guys to stop those crosses was not the right move, knowing that Argentina had a couple of other headers that Pickford saved.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I mean, was there a stat after our goal, our percent was 12%?
12% of the ball after Gordon's.
After the goal, yeah. I just think, the minute he made the decision to bring on the defenders, he was basically conceding the fact that Argentina were the better team, and they weren't. That was the thing. He was basically saying, "You are the better team. Come and break us down," and they did. And it was inevitable. I mean, do you know what? When it went to 1-1, maybe get us to extra time. Maybe reassess the extra time. Maybe bring on, Rashford and Saka and Ivan Toney and Watkins. After in extra time, but we didn't even get that far. We just imploded. It was unbelievable.
There was a lot of talk about Argentina getting favorable decisions before the game. I don't think there was any of that during this game.
It was fine, yeah.
A lot of talk about Messi being favored as well. None of that happened.
No. I actually don't think he had a great game. I think he did okay. He did what you would expect him to do. But again, he didn't have a shot he didn't have a shot, not a shot on target. He didn't have a shot, but he did create both goals. So. And
that's where I think, in all his games during this World Cup where he scored loads, and the last World Cup, in my opinion, this was his best performance.
Oh,
I actually thought he was bossing the game in a very smart way, pulling players out of positions, going into little pockets, creating for the others. I thought Messi had an amazing game.
Okay, well,
that's again just an opinion. Now, big picture observations. It's for the first time since the first World Cup in 1930, we're going to see an all-speaking Spanish final between Spain and Argentina. And it's the winners of the Copa America against the winners of the Euros.
Interesting, okay.
So, do you have any predictions?
Yeah, I have the same prediction I've had since day one. Spain will win. I think Spain will win convincingly. I want to say 3-0, but that's probably pushing it. I'll probably say 2-0 Spain. goal in the first half, goal in the second half. I think Argentina will have the same tactics they had against England, where they'll try and rile Spain, but Spain will just do what they keep doing. They will pass the ball to death. They'll hold the ball. They'll have the possession. Argentina will rely on Messi, but I just think Spain will have too much for them. So 2-0 Spain.
I'm hoping Spain win it. I think Argentina might do it. Let's see.
I've been saying it
You've
for
been saying it
how long has this tournament gone on
It's
for?
for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago you said it.
Yeah, so I'm
We
going to
have
stick
footage.
with that.
Otherwise, I did mention earlier to you that this is the 10th time out of the 23 World Cups that there have been finalists who've gone back-to-back
Yeah.
to the next final.
Yeah.
As in last World Cup was Argentina-France,
and
now
they're
it's
back
Argentina-Spain.
again,
Prior to that, there was France-Croatia, then France-Argentina. And do you think that this is a trend that's going to happen more regularly? And if so, does that mean, knowing that Spain are the hosts of the next World Cup with Morocco and Portugal, could they potentially already have one foot in the final? Given
I don't think it has anything to do with the trend. It'll just come down to manpower and how good they are at that point in time. They've got some good young players coming through. Again, they don't really have a star man, unless you want to say Yamal is their star man, but he's not there yet. He's still young. I'd be surprised if Spain didn't make it to the semi-final of the next World Cup, but just because of a trend, it doesn't mean they'll get to the final.
Yeah. Well, the next time we're going to do this will probably be right after the final.
Yep.
Maybe at the final. Maybe
Yep.
right after. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Take care.
Sorry, England. Sorry, France. That third place final is going to be boring.
Exactly.
All right. Nice one.